I stop. Ice what?
Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out.
Yeah, you know, the New Orleans Saints kinda just solidified themselves again as the kings of the NFC as we know it. The only team to come out with a victory in Week 1 in the NFC South was the New Orleans Saints. And we did what everybody said that we weren't going to do. Nate Burleson, you're a retard. Everybody else, you're a retard. Apparently, according to my understanding and my understanding of what the NFL analysts were saying, the Saints were supposed to get destroyed this game. Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski were just too much to handle, and we weren't going to be able to stop them, and we weren't going to be able to put up points because their defense is locked down, which I'll give the Buccaneers credit. Their defense played extremely well today. I know we had 34 points, should have had 41 points, but, we got a touchdown taken back at the end of the game. It wasn't a touchdown in my opinion, but if Kamara had got in, we would have had 41 points. Their defense still played well. They took out key players like Michael Thomas, and Emmanuel Sanders didn't have that big of a game either, but we still put up 34 points and won this game. The final score, 34-23, New Orleans victory, and good God, does it feel good. I haven't felt this good off of watching my Saints beat the piss out of somebody in so long. This feels almost as good as when we beat the Cowboys. This feels even better than when we beat the Cowboys with Teddy Bridgewater. This right here was all that I could have hoped for. The New Orleans Saints at home getting the dub. Mike Evans sucking per usual. Scored his only touchdown and got his only reception when Marshawn Lattimore was not guarding him. Demario Davis was. It just is so fantastic. Let's go ahead and let me break this game down a little bit. Let's go over a little recap and see what exactly happened during this game. So, the quarter breakdowns go like this. Tampa Bay started off hot, scored a touchdown on their first possession, a 7-point rushing, I'm an idiot, a rushing touchdown by Tom Brady to put them up 7-0. Then we went into the second quarter, still 7-0 Tampa Bay lead, where the New Orleans Saints ripped off 17 straight points while Tampa didn't score any. Then we went to the third quarter where Tampa won that quarter with 10 points and we scored 7. And then in the final quarter, the fourth quarter, Buccaneers had 6 points. We had 10, putting it away 34-23. I want to give a massive shout out to the New Orleans Saints defense today. It was absolutely insane. We held them to 86 total rushing yards and one rushing touchdown. Their leading rusher was Ronald Jones, who had 66 yards on 17 carries. Their leading receiver was Chris Godwin with 79 yards. Scotty Miller had 73 yards, but some of those were got in garbage time. And that was pretty much it. Nobody else really did anything successful. We locked the Buccaneers down. This high-powered offense that was supposed to be league's best got absolutely murdered by the New Orleans Saints secondary. Janoris Jenkins had a pick 6. He picked off Tom Brady, took that thing to the crib. Everybody was hyped when that happened. Everybody. I cannot believe it. I'm so off track because I'm just extremely excited that this happened. We beat these trash-talking, stupid... We won, okay? Let's go over some of the offensive stats for our team, and let me stop getting carried away. The New Orleans Saints passing, Drew Brees did not have a fantastic game by any means, but he had a serviceable game. He had 18 completions on 30 attempts with 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. That is key. Compared to Tampa Bay's passing attack, Tom Brady had 23 completions on 36 attempts, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, one of which was a pick 6, and the other we used the field position to score with. So those 2 turnovers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from Thomas Brady, the dude that kisses his son, that makes out with his son, those 2 interceptions gave the New Orleans Saints 14 additional points than what they would have if he didn't throw them. So, if you want to talk about who sold the bag, Tom Brady is definitely the first I would, attribute this to. The first interception he threw was because of Mike Evans deciding to quit on a route. I guess the sight of Marshawn Lattimore was just too terrifying for him to continue. He didn't want to get locked down, so he made sure to keep away. We also had Taysom Hill, who threw a pass to Alvin Kamara that was a 38-yard pass. Could have been a touchdown, but he was stopped early. New Orleans rushing. We had Latavius Murray, 15 carries for 48 yards, and I know that sounds insignificant, but this Tampa Bay Buccaneers run defense is absolutely insane. Their run defense, I'll give credit to them any day of the week. They have the best run defense in the NFL. Their front seven is fantastic. 48 yards on them. A lot of the rushes that Latavius Murray did were actually drive extending rushes. So there was a lot going in to him picking up 48 yards. It helped a lot. Alvin Kamara had 12 carries for 16 yards. Let me go ahead and talk about why the New Orleans Saints only had 7 points in the third quarter, which was a pick six. No offensive points in the third quarter. The play calling in the third quarter was that of last year whenever we all got really pissed off at the play calling. There were a lot of pitches outside to Alvin Kamara, which you cannot do that anymore. It is not 2017. Everybody knows what you're doing when you pitch it outside to Alvin Kamara. Same with the Taysom Hill run to the left. Everybody has seen this before. We know what's going to happen. Me and several others were calling what was going to happen before it happened because of how predictable the play calling was in the third quarter. That cannot happen. I know it's week one. This is the second week one victory we've got in a row after winning or losing 5 straight. All these random facts coming in, but I'm just a little bit ecstatic about this win. Taysom Hill had 3 rushes for 13 yards. Deontay Harris had a rush for 9 yards. I liked his involvement today. I wish that he had more, but I still like that he was implemented more than he would have been last season. Deontay Harris had a rush for 9 yards and also had a reception for 17 yards, so it was really nice to see us get him going. Our leading receiver, and in my opinion, one of the game's MVPs, has to be Jared Cook. Jared Cook had 5 receptions for 80 yards, a lot of them which were key drive starters. Massive shout out to him. I forgot to mention Alvin Kamara also had a rushing touchdown. Second leading receiver, nothing has changed. Alvin Kamara with 51 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown. Michael Thomas got completely eliminated from the game. Only had 3 receptions for 17 yards. But when you think about that, think about it right now. What was Michael Thomas last year? He was the leading receiver in the NFL. He had the most receptions in the NFL, and he had the most receptions in NFL history. Him only having 3 receptions and 17 yards and us still putting up 34 points is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen. That just proved that we can be successful on more sides of the offense than pressuring Michael Thomas every single game. Emmanuel Sanders had 3 receptions for 15 yards and a touchdown. His presence was felt there late in the game. Early, not so much. Like I said, this Buccaneers secondary played way better than they should have. Way better than they should have. We go look at the defensive side of things. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson led the game with tackles. He had 10 total tackles, which was absolutely fantastic. Demario Davis had 6 total tackles, a sack, and a tackle for loss. We also just signed Demario Davis to a 3-year contract extension, for those of you who aren't aware. The news broke in the middle of the game. Absolutely amazing move by the New Orleans Saints. And what else do I have here? Janoris Jenkins had 9 tackles, and as you know, a pick 6 off of Thomas Brady. Make out with his son, Brady. Fantastic. Trey Hendrickson also had a sack and a tackle for loss, which was extremely beneficial to us. Cameron Jordan had a tackle for loss. Carl Granderson also had a sack. There was just so many things that lined up perfectly, you know. We had a couple of injuries, but we had players step in. Malcolm Roach made a good play. Carl Granderson made a great play. All of our players played amazing today. The defense played absolutely fantastic. When you hold Tom Brady to what was 17 points, when he has Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, Cameron Brate, so many more players, and O.J. Howard, and you hold them to 17 points until they get a garbage time touchdown, that's something to be proud of. The New Orleans Saints played amazing today, extremely balanced and great offensive and defensive effort. I'm so happy with how this game panned out, and I'm really excited and looking forward to next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Thank you guys so much for watching. Suck it, Tampa Bay fans, except for my dad. All of you other Tampa Bay fans suck, and I hope that no, I wish good things on the Buccaneers, but I hate you guys, okay? I hate you guys, specifically. Thank you guys so much for watching. WHODAT. Congratulations, everyone, on the victory. Let's enjoy our Victory Monday, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Adios.
Zero gravity falling in my sleep. Like I'm jumping on a trampoline.